One other thing which is the source of most, this is also a source of most excuses. If only I had a good sound card. If you know why you need the good sound card, cool. If you need more inputs, cool. If you need more preamps, cool. But the thing is that how you would connect, let's say, this sound card or this sound card or this sound card to your computer, and why you would need it for. If you're only mixing, you would connect this sound card to your computer, and you would connect the speakers from the sound card, of course, to the speakers. So a line level output. Okay? What's definitely true is that 99.9999999 people cannot hear the difference between this or this or this or the $1 headphone output out of MacBook Pro or MacBook or whatever. Also, find me a proof on the internet or on the wherever that this is not true. Usually you will find people needing some a sound card for some reason. They want to connect a microphone. Here you cannot connect a microphone, and then what they do is, I'm so unhappy with my sound card on MacBook Pro, I need to buy this one which does almost the same thing but costs 600 euros. Then they buy that, they get the shiny package. Ooh, I spent 600 euros. It's a really cool sound card in a shiny package. They unpack it, connect it. They listened to this output like 3 days ago for the last time. They connect this, they connect their headphones. And, yeah, much better. Sounds 10 times better. Yeah, really, 10 times better. But if you actually do a real blind test where you have the outputs connected at the same time going to some same speaker, then people usually say, I'm not really sure what's better, you know. So you have a lot of these things are rooted in psychoacoustics. People want to believe what they want to believe, okay? And I'm not saying that this doesn't make sense. I'm saying that this doesn't make sense for some applications, and usually people buy them for those applications which don't make sense. So thing is that this is cool if you need a lot. If you need a lot of let's say microphones to connect at the same time, because of course here you cannot connect a lot of microphones at the same time. It's cool if you want the ability to have two different outputs for the speaker and the headphones at the same time, but different signals. So if you want to have a lot of routing flexibility, a lot of signals at the same time, then of course, really cool, buy a good sound card which has a lot of inputs and outputs. Also, what I'm saying is that what I'm not saying is that this totally doesn't make sense. But you simply have to educate yourself and really be critical when you spend 600 euros if it really works for you and if you actually need it. The only thing I can say, okay, I accept that, is when you do a blind test and you can actually say, yes, I like that one, again, yes, that one, and if you say 5 times you like the same thing, then you can hear the difference and that's it. There are things that matter, like preamps, okay? So we have to learn about different things which are microphone levels, line levels, and instrument levels. These are all different signals, and they cannot be connected to the same input or output. You have to know about that. I'm going to mention that on the next slide. Converters can be different, but usually you have to test that. Even manufacturers say that they usually use the same chip. Sometimes the analog part can be different, but the point is test it. You don't have to waste lots of time if you're building your own home studio to understand theory. It would be better if you can actually do a test, and that's it. Flexibility meaning a lot of inputs and outputs. Okay, and it would be cool if you can learn something about digital inputs, digital outputs, but that's a large topic, so Google. Okay, this would be really important. I get that people don't understand this a lot, so this is really important. Signal input types, so signal level types. Just because you see a cable which looks like this, doesn't mean that you are immediately able to say which type of a signal goes through this cable. Of course, the point is that you have line level signals. These are signal types. We won't go into details what they are, but this is really important to understand if you want to connect something to something. Line level signals, which you find at the outputs of, let's say, something that you find of here on the MacBook Pro, so you can connect to the speaker, or in this case, okay, it's a headphone output, but let's say it's similar, doesn't matter. So you have line level outputs. We have microphone level signals, which of course you find at the outputs of a microphone. And you have instrument level signals. Instrument level signals are the signals that you find at the outputs of a guitar, bass, of an instrument, at the output of some keyboard, basically at the output of some instruments. And the thing is that the physical inputs for these things can look the same, but you cannot connect a microphone level signal to an instrument level input, and you cannot connect an instrument level signal to a microphone level input, even though physically maybe you can because of the connections. But you have to understand that you're going to influence the sound, and the sound is going to be worse. The biggest problem with this is that it is going to work. So if you connect a microphone to an instrument level input, or if you connect a guitar to a line level input, you're going to get sound. But the sound would be much, much better if you actually knew what you're doing. I mean, if you knew what inputs and outputs you use. So, what this device is, it's a DI box. And this DI box enables you to, if you have a sound card which has only microphone inputs, it enables you to take the output of your guitar or bass, connect it to the input of the DI box, okay? And from the DI box you have now a microphone level signal. And now you can, of course I connect the other way around because I cannot connect like this, doesn't matter. The point is, on a DI box you connect a guitar to the instrument input, and this DI box converts this instrument signal to a microphone level signal. And you can connect this signal to a microphone preamp, and then everything is groovy. So, of course, this device does other things also, but this would be the most important thing. Okay? This device, it's a reamp box. What this box does, it converts a line level signal that you would find on the output of a sound card. So let's say if I have this sound card, these are the microphone inputs. At the back I have line outputs, so you would see line outputs, it's written always what's what. If I want to, let's say I have recorded a clean sounding bass or a clean sounding guitar, a clean sound using this DI box, how would I get that back to an amplifier? I cannot, because here I have a line level output, and an amplifier expects an instrument level signal. So I have to use this device which changes a line level output to an instrument level signal, and that's it. So line to instrument. You always have to think about which signal type I'm holding in my cable. And this matters much more than worrying about, I don't know, quality of converters or I don't know what. If you understand these signal levels, then you can start worrying about other things. Okay, what I see the most is that people take their guitar and they don't know that they need an instrument level input. An instrument level input can be marked here. You can see here a little guitar. Okay, this means that it's a high impedance input. It can be marked instrument in or instrument or high Z or something like that. This all means that it's an instrument level input, and you can connect a guitar or a bass or something like that to this input. So this would be here a DI box, this would be a reamp box. What these things do is this is really cool. This is a recorder, of course, it's a tape just for the sake of the illustration, but of course this can be a computer, a DAW. Guitar, DI box. From the DI box I have the clean sound in the computer, but in parallel I'm sending also the guitar sound, so these are two same signals, this just splits them. One I record but clean, one I send to the amplifier and I can mic up the amplifier, and that's cool. Okay? Then later, if I have the clean recording in the computer, I can simply send that recorded signal out of the computer to the reamp box. This reamp box is going to change the line level signal to an instrument level signal. And what's going to happen is now I can connect this signal to the input of some amplifier. Why this would be cool is, if you don't have the best sounding amplifier, you don't have the money to buy 5 amplifiers, 3,000 euros each, and test them and play around, yay? What you can do is, you can take your guitar, take your DI box, play the guitar clean recording into the computer, record the entire album, waste, I don't know, 3 months, record the entire album in this clean way, and then when you're done recording, rent an amplifier for 50 euros for 1 day. You just press play on the recorder, play this through the amplifier, put the microphone in front of it, and you have your recording in the pro way. Questions, ask. You should remember and understand. If you remember one thing, remember this one line, Mike.
I have a question. How do you link up guitar or bass pedals? And how do you link up that to your computer? How do you, if you have a combo amp which has inbuilt, which has built-in effects like, I don't know, distortion or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably some digital, like line 6 or something like that.
How do you use those effects in your computer?
I mean, this depends on the amp. Maybe the amp, if it's a line 6 or something, has some USB output where you can maybe do that directly from the computer. But the point is that if you record the clean sound here, then if you send this signal back to the amp, you have to do that in real time, and that's it. Or if your amp at the back maybe has some output which is in the signal flow, it is guitar effects, let's say distortion. You can guitar effects and then take the affected signal out and record that to the computer, but before the distortion or something like that. So that later you can press play and you have all the effects, but you don't have the distortion. Understand what I mean? That's cool. So you have to think about where you would connect what in the signal flow, but usually it's doable.